Breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. I'm gonna break down Young Thug's interview where he speaks on why he feel the way he feel about Gunna and the obligation that he felt to the big homie that before he passed told him to take Gunna under his wing, and then Gunna winds up, as he say, snitches on him by saying YSL is a gang. We all heard it. It's not just he said. Let's keep it moving. All right. You know what it is, Unique Mecca Audio, man. We're going to speak on this joint here, and we're going to get into, Young Thug is being interviewed. He's asked why he feel the way he feel about Gunna. So I'm going to just get right into that. All right, so when he said for you to take his son with you, and his son now grows up to cross you and say that YSL is a gang and you need to be taken down, the main question to you, Thug, is what do you do? Do you sit there and say, I had an obligation to take on the big homie's son, even though the big homie's son committed treason? Or do I honor the big homie's word and let him slide because of that? Or could it be that he slid because of that because he just wasn't cut from that same cloth, which was obviously exposed? And we're going to get into that in a minute. Sit back. Let's enjoy the ride. So you loved him because you honored Truth's word, but you see a lot of flaws in him that you overlooked because you honored Truth's word. So whose fault is that when he then crosses you when you see all these choices, but you chose to honor Truth's word? Who is to blame, Mr. Thugger? That's the question. Who takes accountability for his actions when you're the one that brought him in and let everything slide that you said you felt was against the code and morals and principles that you stand on? Let me break that down. When he's saying strategic shit, he's really just saying some selfish shit. In other words, everything he's doing is for his betterment and his moving forward, so that's a form of selfishness. That's what he's trying to describe right here, but he's trying to be as polite and respectful as possible. But bottom line is, he's saying it's all about Gunna. Everything he do is a strategic move for Gunna to elevate. So then what did you expect from him, Mr. Thugger? When he got in the courtroom, got on the stand and said that YSL is a gang and need to be taken down. All this is going to boil down to how you react to it, not us, the viewers, the podcasters, the content creators. How are you going to react to that? Are you going to forgive Truth's son, or are you going to condemn the rat, as you call him? It's your choice. Let's get back to this ride. Nah, man, when Gunna first got out of jail, all I saw that man do was keep quiet and put out good music. That's what I saw. I didn't even listen to none of that. You know what I mean? But I've seen him come across my timeline a number of times. And everybody around me was saying how fire it was. I just didn't, put the energy into typing in Gunna new songs because I don't really look for new songs. I just put it on Pandora. I'm an old man. Pick one of the artists I like, hit that, and just let it ride out. You know what I mean? But, what do you think Gunna should say to Thugger? And do you think that Thugger is right or wrong for feeling this way? Put it in the comments. Let's see who feels he's right or wrong, and definitely put why. Be respectful. We growing here. All right? 100% accurate on that. Because I know dudes that said just that. Yeah, man, I got in there, thought I could outsmart them, and them people the dog tricked me, man. They turned me into a rat bastard, man. Hey, yo, I'm telling you, son, that's the funniest thing when you see a dude tell you that, because when he claimed that and own up to that, you know what I mean? And let you know, like, yo, I know you're going to look at me different, but man, them people trick me, man. Yo, that is the funniest thing when they look in your face and say, man, them people trick me, man. That's when you kind of want to feel sorry for them, but then at the same time, you still saying to yourself, you rat bastard. You know, let's get back to this ride, man.
Man to man. Why did you do what you did?
He just told you, man, yo, Thug. What more do you want this man to do, man? You want him to publicly apologize? Just say that. Do you think that Thug is asking Gunna to publicly apologize? Do you think he should ask him that? Do you think he should publicly apologize? Just let me know something in the comments, because I'm really confused at this, all right? But we ride. You want him to say, you know he can't say nothing, so all he got to do is say, just like you said, man, they tricked me, dog. So what do you want him to say, Thugger? You want him to just say, yo, they tricked me, dog. You know, that's it. They tricked me, dog. Gunna, get on one of these little Instagram things. Turn your phone on, just say they tricked me, dog, and end this right now. Y'all go back to making good music and putting our people back together and do what you do, man. That boy love you, you love that boy. Y'all ain't going nowhere. Y'all already signed to the hip, but y'all just create mad content. This video here went up day and a half. This joint is 5'2". You did a great job, the interview dude. Never even heard of him, but I watched him, and I most definitely went and subscribed to him after the way he conducted his interview, because he laid back, he's smooth, and he doing him, right? But the Big Facts Network, fire. You know what I mean? Round of applause to Fire. Round of fire. They get a round of applause. All right. Calm down now. Calm down. That's over. All right. So let's get back to this ride. Had it on you. If you're gonna bash him, bash him. If you're not gonna bash him, you know, call him and make up, man. You know, that's it. You know what I mean? You ain't supposed to bash him, but I'm just saying, don't even answer that, man. Just say, yo, we're going to deal with this off camera. Me and my man, when I'm ready, we're going to deal with it. I may never be ready. That's all Thug got to say. I may never be ready. Because right now, I'm not ready. But I don't want to talk about that right now. You know? That's what he should have did, because he loved this young man. He loved this young man. You know, they have their history, and he's hurt right now. You know? So either you're going to eliminate him or you're going to leave him alone. That's one or the other. And then the main one that I hope you choose is that y'all just say, forget it, and just hook up, because you got a question mark as well with the interrogation tape. And yeah, I'm going to be fair and let you play out your explanation of you in the interrogation room. So I'm not saying yeah and nay into that. I'm not even going to speak on if he's a rat or not, because of the interrogation room at this point. What I am speaking on is, you got a question mark, he got a question mark, that's your brother. Other people told on you, you know, you done forgave them, let them back around, but I know this one hurts like a mother. And this is what we seeing now, the hurt in a man. All right, let's get this thing moving, man. Talking about that, yo, you my brother, but I cared more about me, Gunna. So I told them what they wanted me to tell them to get me, Gunna, out of that case, and that's the strategic choice that my heart told me to make. You don't agree with that because you're cut from a different cloth. Well, you're saying you're cut from a different cloth. If you are cut from a different cloth, you're supposed to be able to tell that I'm not of your fabric. So that means when them people come in, I flip. Period. That's where this conversation should be. Because then I see in other videos where Thugger said, oh, he's really a square there. He's really a square. Now we try to put him down with it. But if you standing straight and you know he's a square and then he come and he do some square shit, what you expect him to do? You just said that you knew he was a square. So who gets the blame for his actions but you, because you knew he was a square? Come on, this is childish. But I understand you angry and you got every right to be angry. But, you know, from what I can see, you still got love for him. So all this is just going to be used against y'all when y'all, you know, give that embrace and make. Dog, you with him every day. You knew he wasn't. Take your responsibility, accountability. Whatever happened with you with street business, with you and that young man, you are held responsible because you took him under your wing. You saw these traitoristic traits and you chose to ignore them. So if you choose to ignore them, then that means that it all falls on you because you knew this day was coming. It just came. And now you're dealing with it and you're angry. But you're not supposed to be angry at Gunna. You're supposed to be angry at yourself because you knew Gunna had these traits to do just what he did from what you said out your very mouth is all I'm going on. Make sure y'all subscribe to Real Boss TV. Play a little music, you know, while you listening to me. Check out my daughter, Juanita. And oh yeah, Unique Mecca Audio Prison Stories. But let's ride back.
No.
See? That's what happened when you're crossed by someone that you gave your heart to, but they didn't love you more than they loved themselves. Do you think they're wrong for loving themselves more and turning in their comrade, their brother that took them from sleeping off a couch to making him a millionaire to giving him his last? Does that give authority over him not choosing himself first in a situation like that? Put it in the comments. I worded it that way because I want to see how y'all respond. Let's get out of here. All right?
Cheers, cheers, the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime.
What?
Fresh out the can of 26, Heat back on the strip, getting back in the mix. What he mentions a gift. You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this. Take a little gully posse and put it in Harlem. He cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you should go and get it. The Instagram page and the YouTube, you could go and visit. Then you could consider yourself LinkedIn. Sit front row and get Jews from a kingpin. How he went through it, so you ain't gotta go do it. To not pay attention would be stupid. Talking about a man that probably put your grandfather on. Probably the reason that him and your grams got along. A man that generated millions on the block, did his time, never squilling to the cops, Mecca Audio.